And welcome back to session 3 in the Find, Connect, and Convert More of Your Ideal Client series. My name is Erica Castner, and I'm super stoked you're here for yet another session of how we're going to get you in front of your potential clients, those ideal clients, right? The ones that you really want to work with. And how do we do that? How do we leverage that with the people that are already in our existing network? Now, before I get into today's session, I want to recap the other 2 sessions that we had. Monday session was all about identifying how we're going to increase the lifetime value of your existing clients. I shared a number of resources on how we can retain our existing clients and how we can get them to refer us more opportunities to win business. Yesterday, which was Tuesday's video, we chatted a little bit about how to avoid gatekeepers, how to get in front of your ideal clients through other people. So I talked about the front door, the back door, and the side door. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you definitely want to go check out the video 2 in this series. It was yesterday's video if you're watching this today. So definitely be sure to check that out. Today's topic, I'm super excited about it because it's one of those things that is going to keep you as the service provider top of mind. I know for you right now, you're in a situation where you are in a dime a dozen industry. There are a lot of other people that are representing your industry. And so how in the heck do you stand out? How do you remain top of mind with other people that are most likely to refer their clients to your services, right? So if somebody else in your industry is already doing a bang-up job and getting in front of them constantly, the business may go to them. And we definitely want, you're the authority, you're the awesome service provider, and you want all these relationships that you're building with people, you want them to remember you, to think of you first. So how do we do that? So today I'm very excited. We're going to be diving into a simple formula to help you control the energy of your referral partners, okay? And not control in a bad way, but just it puts you in the driver's seat as it relates to getting those referral partners to think of you. Cool? Awesome. Let's get started. So staying top of mind in front of your ideal clients or your referral partners' minds might seem a little ambiguous, but trust me, it's not. We actually have, I'm going to be sharing with you a quick formula for you to rock and roll as it relates to you staying in front of or being top of mind in front of those people that are most likely to refer your business or ultimately become a client, right? But I want to really chat about some ways that we can really position ourselves in the market space. And let's face it, you're in an industry where there is a ton of other people swimming in that same industry. So, today this is going to give you that little secret advantage, if you will, to really help you appear like you're at a different level. You're on a different playing field, and that is memorable. People won't be able to quite put their finger on it, but they'll know there's something unique and special about what you're bringing to the table aside from the service that you provide. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what this magic formula is. This formula is what I call the strategic powwow formula, okay? It doesn't, I know it sounds like it's a little, like that's a lot, but it's really not. It's a very simple way for you to align with the people that are most likely to refer you business. I didn't talk about this yesterday, but I think it's important to bring up today. I know for a lot of you out there, and I'm just going to use a nice round number. I'm going to use, let's say that you want ideally to have 100 quality clients in your book of business, okay? For just nice round numbers, I'm going to go with that number. Well, would you prefer to find all 100 of those clients yourself, or would you rather go out there and build 5 relationships with people who are most likely marketing or talking to 20 of those people, right? So I personally would much rather go with the latter scenario, because the thought of me going out there trying to recruit all 100 clients, that seems rather exhausting, right? And not to say that that building a relationship with 5 people who are going to refer you 20 clients. Not to say that that's easy peasy either, but it's definitely a little more strategic, and it will save you a lot of time and energy in the long run. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we truly want, right? We want to be profitable and we want to do it efficiently. So let's go ahead and get started. What is the strategic powwow formula? Well, it's a simple formula that I created to help you get people in front of you. You are in the driver's seat as it relates to bringing these people together in a powwow fashion. Okay, when I say powwow, I mean you're bringing in your ideal strategic partners. So you're inviting 3 to 5 strategic partners to be with you. It could be as simple as meeting at a coffee shop to discuss how you all are working on, whether it's working on client projects, whether it's sharing referrals, whether it's sharing best practices, whether it's sharing like what you're up to and what your current areas of focus are, and you're letting that group collectively know how they can help you and vice versa, right? So this little formula today, I'm going to go into how we do it in a moment, but why is it important? Why would it be important for you to have like a strategic powwow formula at your beck and call? Well, again, I alluded to it earlier. It puts you in the driver's seat. How many times have you gone to a networking event or a conference or a workshop and you were frustrated because the people that were in that room were not necessarily your people? They perhaps were just like, they weren't like your referral partners, or they weren't even in a position to do anything about taking your message and taking it out there to the masses. Okay, I've spent countless hours at networking events where literally I walked in the room and the type of people that are in that room are just shoving their business card in my face, and I have no idea who they are. They have no interest in building any relationship or rapport with me. They just want to try to sell me something. And I know from the feedback that I've gotten from industry partners just like you, that's probably frustrating for you too, right? And so we want to build rapport. We want to build quality. We want to invite opportunities to grow. And sometimes not all networking events are created equal. So this formula is going to, again, put you in the driver's seat to invite people to your own event. And again, I'm not talking about, gigantic 20, 50, 100 people person or 100 people types of events. That's not what I'm getting at. This is a really intimate space. Even my introverts and extroverts love this formula because you can literally walk away from this video today and start implementing this formula and start putting this into play right away. So I'm very excited about what we're going to be talking about today as it relates to getting you this formula so you can get to work with that. Okay. So how do we do it, right? Well, yesterday's video, I alluded to how you can start identifying the 3 to 5 industries that are most likely talking to your ideal clients. If you didn't do that exercise already or you didn't watch that video, again, I highly recommend you stop this video and watch video number 2 where we talk about, the topic is how to avoid gatekeepers. I talk very deeply about how you can get in front of those strategic partners or think about those industries that are most likely already talking to your ideal client. So what I want you to think about is, let's pretend, and on that same exercise or on that same video, I actually gave you an exercise to where you could think about if you already identified the 3 to 5 industries that you have a mutual affinity to. Well, who are the 3 to 5 people that you know in each one of those industries? I had you make a list of those people yesterday. So in today's exercise with this strategic powwow formula, you're literally going to go to that list. You're literally going to go to 2 people on that list, and they're ideally going to be in different industries, okay? So let's say that you're an insurance agent, and in your ideal, like the people that are most likely talking to your clients are going to be realtors, CPAs, trust and estate attorneys, let's see, what else? Mortgage brokers, perhaps. Okay, so that's actually 4. But you, as the insurance agent, have a list of these 4 industries. All you're going to do is pick 2 people from one of those industries. Okay, so one's going to represent, let's say, a realtor, and the other one is going to represent a mortgage company. Okay, and you're going to invite those 2 people to a coffee date with you to learn about each other's areas of focus. Okay, you'll let both parties know, hey, I want to create, I want to invite you to, just to learn about what we're all doing, how we can share best practices, how we can learn about each other's areas of focus, and how I might be able to support. Okay, so you invite those 2 people with the caveat that they're inviting somebody else, not from your list, but somebody else on it from an industry that you want to get in front of. So let's just say that, you as the insurance agent, and I'm just making this example up, but let's pretend for the scenario, you're an insurance agent and you're inviting a realtor and a mortgage broker to this coffee date. Well, now you're going to want to talk to your realtor and say, hey, who do you know that's a trusted estate attorney that you can invite to this powwow? You'll say to your mortgage broker friend, hey, who do you know that's a CPA that you can invite to this event? Okay, so in theory, you're inviting 2 people and you're encouraging those 2 people to invite one other person specifically with the request that they're going to fit that industry. They're going to be representative of the industry that you want sitting at that table, okay? So whatever industry you represent, I know I gave that example to just really give it, the right context so you knew where I was going, but think about your own industry. Think about your industry partners, like who's already on your strategic partner list, that are most likely talking to your ideal clients. And then inviting 2 of those people from different industries and encouraging each one of those people to invite somebody that you specifically want there, okay? Don't leave it up to chance, because what will end up happening is they might invite somebody that's just like them or just like you or just like the other person that you invited. Or worst case scenario, somebody that isn't even supposed to be there sitting at that table, okay? So you definitely want to be sure that you're being very clear and very specific as to who you want sitting at that table. So let's talk about what happens when you actually get all of these people to an event. Well, what will happen is you will want to start the conversation with going around that table and asking everybody to state who they are, what they do, and what is their number 1 area of focus. So everybody will have an opportunity to say those 3 things, and then keep it light, keep it conversational. Understand a little bit more about each other's businesses and the goals that you have in mind, and share either best practices or resources that they can have at their disposal. Whatever you might have in your back pocket, share those resources that are relevant to the members that are sitting at that coffee table, if you will, so they can actually up-level their success. Now, here's the kicker. You're going to have all this conversation, right? I would challenge you to keep this event to roughly about an hour. It could certainly go over a little bit, but be respectful of people's times and let them know that that when you're inviting them, that the actual event itself is going to be an hour long, maybe an hour and 15 minutes long, and then let them know that you're really just gathering like-minded professionals together in one place to learn about each other's areas of focus and how the group can collectively support one another inside of that, the energy of that space, if that makes any sense. And of course, you'll want to encourage people at that event to take notes because there'll be opportunities for follow-up, right? If there's conversations that are going on and you need to connect somebody with another person that's not there, you want to be sure that you're taking that note and then simply following up. This is probably the one thing that trips people up is they do all this work to meet people, to engage with people, but they never circle back. They never follow up or follow through on what they said that they were going to do. So if you, and encourage other people that are attending that event to do what they say they're going to do. If they are going to make an introduction or email them a resource, make sure that you set that intention at that meeting, that everybody's responsible for their own follow through, if you will, right? So you as the event organizer are not responsible for that, but I just want you to acknowledge that at your coffee or your strategic powwow event. I want you to acknowledge that because, again, you want to keep the integrity of the event and all the conversations that are happening at that event on par with your goals and obviously with whatever everybody else wants to accomplish at that event as well. I hope you found the strategic powwow formula helpful. The one other thing I wanted to touch on that we didn't have a chance to cover is you've got to set a date for that. So I told you how to set up the event. I told you who to invite to the event and how to execute the event once it's there. But you definitely want to make sure that within the next 2 weeks of watching this video, I'm challenging you to set up that date. You want to mark your calendar and say, you know what? I'm going to have this strategic powwow on this date and commit to it, right? Follow through on it. Because once you do, and once you guide the people that you want there and have those conversations that are going to lead you to more opportunities, you'll feel so much more empowered to do more of this type of stuff. And it's very fascinating what can happen quickly as it relates to growing your sales pipeline, growing those referral relationships, and expanding your presence in a way that you never thought possible by just doing this one simple activity. Now, tomorrow, I'm very excited because we're coming to you with a bonus session that's going to walk you through the next steps in the real way to connect with your ideal clients. So you'll definitely want to check that out. This little formula that I gave you today is one piece of it, and I'm going to share with you in tomorrow's bonus training 4 additional steps that you've got to take in order to really master this. And at the end of walking you through those steps, I'm going to do my best to deliver as much value in the short amount of time that we have together during that bonus session. But I do want to encourage you that if you're liking what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, that I'm going to also share with you after that bonus session. I'm going to share with you a way that you and I can continue the conversation and really help you build that quality sales pipeline so you can ultimately find, connect, and convert your ideal clients. And I'm going to walk you through some steps on how to really define that and really help you get to that next level. And you'll also want to stick around through that bonus training to learn how you and I can continue the conversation as it relates to finding, connecting, and converting more of your ideal clients. So that's all I have for you today. As usual, I would love your comments in the feedback section of this video. So please let me know what was the most impactful takeaway for you and how you're going to apply what you learned today into your next couple of weeks as it relates to growing your business. So until next time, I'm Erica Castner. You all rock. Take care. Bye.